I have loved wrestling for almost my entire life.
Okay, let's take a minute to make sure everyone knows what I mean when I say pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is the offspring of old school traditional shoot grappling and carnival sideshows, basically. Yes, the results are predetermined, but that's not really the point. It's still real athletes in the ring performing real physical feats, a lot of which is improvised right there on the fly. Yes, the punches are pulled, but not quite as much as you'd think. And there's really no way to fake going through a table or having to take a landing off the top rope. On top of that, performers all develop their own characters, sometimes faces, sometimes heels, and portraying those characters is yet another layer of the performance. So, pro wrestling is athleticism, pro wrestling is art, and pro wrestling is awesome. So, let's get back to the video.
One of the very earliest memories that I have, and I'm talking about like 4 or 5 year old Steve, maybe, is of watching this old VHS tape on repeat that my grandparents had gotten for me from like the dollar store. It was a compilation tape of botches from back in the old territory days or classic WWF. Or I don't really remember, but I watched it just to death. I have super fond memories of being in the thick of the Attitude Era in the late 90s and thinking that guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and The Undertaker and Mankind, they were just like the coolest dudes on earth. And I wanted so badly to become a wrestler when when I grew up. Even as I got older and I learned that it was scripted, it really didn't matter because by then I developed this passion for art and for performing. You know, whether that was filmmaking or acting or music, it didn't matter. I loved all of it. I was in awe of wrestling's combination of drama and athleticism. The problem is the dream had to take a back seat for a little while. First, I went to film school, and then I had to take a bunch of time to pay my debt from film school. And then I just got really fat. And then I had to take a little while to deal with my mental health. The stars just never really aligned for me on the whole wrestling thing. But I stayed in love with it. You know, I still traveled for shows. I collected memorabilia. I had wrestling themed birthday parties as an adult in my 20s. So that's cool. A lot of you are probably pretty familiar with how I lost a lot of weight a couple years ago and really turned my health situation around. And it honestly, it genuinely was for like my health and my self-confidence. But another part that you may not know is that a lot of it was specifically to try and start wrestling. It still didn't work out. It was a lot of the same old problems. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of it was that I was just a little too comfortable in my regular life and I wasn't as motivated as I needed to be to take the plunge. Until now. So, yesterday, I had a tryout with ECCW, Elite Canadian Championship Wrestling, a tryout to join their training class. ECCW is the Lower Mainland's largest independent wrestling promotion, and a lot of their alumni have gone on to wrestle for places like WWE. And I have some good news. They liked what they saw, apparently, and I'm in. I'm in. I got accepted into the training class, which starts Monday, November 18th, 1 week from the recording of this video. It's super exciting. This is literally a lifelong dream come true. And to be honest with you, you know, at 29 years old, I am sort of in the last window of my life that I have to really take a go at this and just like really dive in and just see where it takes me. So the timing just really couldn't be better. Now, unfortunately, there is a small problem. And the problem is that I simply can't afford the training. This might be old news to some of you, but there have been some recent developments in my life that have put me in kind of a tight spot, at least for the next little while. The truth is, heading into the tryout yesterday, I had $25 to my name, and I spent that $25 to do the tryout. So, yeah, that's why I'm here. And hopefully, this is where you come in. I want to make it really clear that I'm not here asking for a handout. I'm really not. If you want to contribute to this fundraiser with the expectation that you'll get paid back, then I can promise you that you will get paid back. I can't promise you a timeline, unfortunately, but I can promise you that I will make that happen. Now, obviously, if you want to just straight up donate, no strings attached, I will so incredibly graciously accept. Of course, obviously, thank you. But know that there is another option. And if you do want to consider it more of like a loan than a donation, then in the note for your contribution, just put like an asterisk, just like in there somewhere. If I see an asterisk, I'll know that that's what it means, and I'll. So, and then I can assure that everyone who does that will get paid back in the order they contributed. I mean, really, as soon as I kind of get my act together and kind of get my feet under myself again a little bit. The main thing is I really, really want to be able to do this. This really is my last chance, and I don't want to miss this opportunity. So whether you donate or whether you're lending or whether you do neither, just the fact that you're taking the time to watch this, I appreciate it so much. And if you can give this a share, just spread it around. Like every dollar helps, right? So thank you so much. And I am very excited and very much looking forward to performing in the ring for you someday soon. Thanks, guys.